Hello and welcome to our PARE interviews here on EUlar TV for the 2020 e-Congress. I'm joined today by Alessia Alunno, who is the former chair of the Emerging EUlar Network, or EMEUNET, and a rheumatologist at the University of Perugia in Italy. Alessia, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me. My pleasure.
So the first thing I want to talk about really is the link between EMEUNET and PARE. Because it seems no matter how busy you are as an organization or as individuals, you always seem ready and able to support PARE and with everything that we need.
Well, I have to say that in EMEUNET, we strongly support PARE because we firmly believe that the relationship between our community of young rheumatologists and researchers in rheumatology and the enthusiastic and really engaging community of PARE will help to create better physicians and better researchers in the future, so that we can really all focus on the holistic approach of RMDs.
Very good. And do you feel that yourself personally that you can gain something, and what makes it attractive to you as an individual to be a part of the PARE activities?
Well, from my side, working with PARE has really broadened my perspective on RMDs. And it really allowed me to grow from a professional, but also from a personal perspective. Well, I had the opportunity to discuss some research ideas with the PARE leaders, and these ideas were aimed at addressing unmet needs of young people with RMDs. And actually, I realized that the only effective way to tackle an unmet need is to listen to the people that live with unmet needs like that every day and to incorporate their perspective.
And do you see for your colleagues in EMEUNET, do you see as an organization that those gains and benefits work across the board for everyone, and it's not just yourself as an individual that gains?
Yes, I really think so, because I also gather some feedback and comments of colleagues that have been involved in PARE activities, and everyone agrees that is a unique experience that every young rheumatologist should make during their career, because it's really amazing how you really gain a lot and grow a lot as a physician, as a person.
And it really something that you can take back then into your career and into your consultations and your appointments and your dealings with the rheumatology patients then.
Yeah, absolutely. The ultimate goal of this collaboration is indeed improving patient care. So absolutely, I agree.
Excellent. And you're now involved as a convener of the Patient Education Partner online course. Could you tell us a little bit about this?
Yes, the Patient Education Partner online course is a EUlar School of Rheumatology initiative that aims at training people with RMDs that want to be involved in the education of undergraduate healthcare providers. And my role as medical convener is to coordinate the preparation of medical material, medical modules, and also to ensure that the content is always up to date, is scientifically sound and referenced, and most importantly, it is delivered in a format that is tailored to the target audience, in our case, people with RMDs.
And is that going to be something that will further to increase the link up between EMEUNET and PARE and really strengthen that bond between the two organizations?
Absolutely. I think that this online course is the beginning of a really wide educational project that is also including other online courses. And I believe that EMEUNET people will always be happy to contribute, and in this case will be more than happy to provide educational material for people willing to take this and other courses.
And you've also already described some of the things that you get from volunteering, some of the enthusiasm and the broadening of your knowledge base. But can you sum up maybe in 3 words some of the gains that you have from volunteering over the years?
Well, if I have to say 3 words, then the first one would be absolutely learning. Okay. And the second one would be empathizing. And the third one would be communicating.
Okay. When you talk about learning, is that in your consultations and in how you interact with patients, or is it more of a medical area?
Well, I think that the most important thing that I learned during my work with PARE is something that is not written in medical books, and that is what it means to live every single day with a rheumatic disease. This is something that we see in medical schools and everyday clinics from a totally different perspective. So it was crucial for me to learn what is the perspective of the person living with the disease all the time, because I have a small glimpse on their life during consultations, but actually it's much more than this.
And this is
So,
something
yeah.
that people talk about and patients talk about when they're looking for that empathy, which is another word that you mentioned there. When they go to their consultations, they want their rheumatologist to empathize with them.
Well, I think that this is strongly linked with the previous aspect. So one issue that may often happen is that physicians really try to guess what is best for the person that is sitting in front of them. But if you empathize, if you really try to feel the way the person is feeling in that specific moment and in other moments of life, that's the only successful way to reach mutual goals and to improve the quality of life of people. Because maybe there's something that you don't see or you're not aware of unless you ask and really try to understand how it feels on a specific issue or topic or anything else.
And that's certainly something that patients across Europe will always appreciate, is that extra bit of time or asking that extra question. And I suppose one of the campaigns and one of the big topics at the moment for PARE has been the Time2Work campaign and the importance of employment and work for people with RMDs. And can you give us a sense from a rheumatologist point of view of what is the benefit to people with RMDs of being in employment and being at work?
Well, there are several, there is a lot of research around work and rheumatic diseases. And one important aspect is that working itself, regardless of the kind of work, has several benefits and as a matter of principle, let's say. So a person that works, as for instance, in my case, that is lucky enough to do the job they like, this person is then fulfilled, has a good self-esteem. So working itself can actually be one of the different aspects of a good quality of life. So a person that works is a person that self-esteem themselves, is a person that is fulfilled, and is a person that is somehow engaged within a social network and that can efficiently have an efficient relationship also with other people within their network. So I think that I would say also is an important aspect on the psychological well-being side. So I think that as I said, it's really a matter of being happy of what you do, regardless of what it is, but really having the opportunity to do what you want to do. So to work and have the choice to say, I want to do this or that, but then the choice should be in the hands of the person.
And that comes from the empathy and the learning that you've taken as well, that you can listen to what they really want to do and what they would like to do as a job, and then it becomes part of their treatment almost to try and get them into employment or stay in employment.
Well, there is a lot of literature on that basically people with RMDs identify being at work and being productive while at work as one of the top priorities. And particularly, this is the third most important treatment goals after relief from pain and improvement of physical activity. So I firmly believe that as healthcare providers, we have the duty to tackle this aspect and not only try to improve workability with pharmacological treatment or no pharmacological treatment, but we really have to look beyond that. And really campaign and try to raise awareness on RMDs in employers, because you can really achieve what you want to achieve only if you have the collaboration of different stakeholders. And a person with RMDs can efficiently work and be happy and satisfied if also from the employer side, there is understanding, there is flexibility, and there is the opportunity to really tailor the workplace as the treatment and as every other aspect in their life, and really be successfully working.
Well, that's a lovely way to wrap up our conversation now. It's seeing patients and people working together to find a way of successfully working. Alessia, thank you very much for joining us here on EUlar TV for one of our PARE interviews. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you all.